chicken nuggets. 7 p.m, Goodison, let's go. Everton use a 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1, 3-4-3, likely to use a 4-4-2 against Liverpool. This is the starting 11 they used when they beat Palace 3-1 at home, the biggest win yet from Ancelotti. Klopp's most common 11, only change Matip for Gomez, change made for aerial presence. Everton defend, cheat to the left, block the more productive Salah and Arnold. Liverpool can't cross to Wijnaldum or Mane, good in the air. Switch to Robertson, who likes the cut pass from byline. Coleman is a strong matchup. Team shift across to organised. Schneiderlin utilised good passing. Unleash Walcott's strong counter-attacking abilities. Walcott starts counter-attack versus Newcastle. Triggers movement from other players. Ends up in a clear goal chance. Finished by Calvert-Lewin. That shows how vital Walcott is to their counter-attack. Now, he will be injured for the game tonight, but Sidibe is very capable crosser. As you can see here, he crosses it to Calvert-Lewin, who finishes to the far post. Sidibe is also better at defending inside Everton's half. He played right back a number of times this season while Coleman was out injured. Coleman overlap support. Example of good vision to see overlaps. Coleman runs from the sideline into the half space and collects a pass over the top for a clear chance against Manchester City. If still congested, big switch to Bernard on the other flank in open space. Test Trent Alexander-Arnold's transition. Schneiderlin versus Crystal Palace. Shows he could help with range passes as well. Everton favour direct passing. Fabinho could counter by dropping deep to help centre-backs. Henderson and Wijnaldum to stifle counter-attacks. Trent and Robbo quick on transitions. Front three drop back to lure in counter-press. Firmino stay deeper to help centre mids, while Salah and Mane counter through the lines. Everton main weakness in transition, strikers too far up the field. Allows space for a Gomez-Ox pass and then a long shot. Pickford has the worst save record from shots outside the box in the Premier League. Should Ox play, it would be a big opportunity. Now seems like a good time to cover Pickford's mistakes. There's a photo of Benteke pretty much shooting straight at Pickford and it went under his legs. And here he had the ball in his arms and then it came loose right in front of Wilfried Zaha. And there he's catching the ball behind the line. So yeah, he's catching it behind the line. If Matip and Keita play, they can engage the midfield, make it narrow and pass to the free players out wide. Free, well-timed crosses from Trent could be very dangerous. Preferably in behind the defence to abuse pace. Matip or Gomez break lines with dribbles and again just pull them out of position. So Everton like to use a zonal pressing style. It's easiest seen when they're inside their own half. Just as you enter their half, if you enter their zone, someone will come up and press you and retreat as soon as you leave. Keita and Wijnaldum will be perfect for engaging this and opening up and drawing them out, while keeping hold of possession and moving it on. Man City were experts at making a diagonal formation so they could play angled passes around the zonal press. So when they draw out somebody, they could just play around it. Henderson and Wijnaldum are very good at setting up this because of their high stamina levels. They get into positions with ease and a lot of the time repeatedly. So this is an example of Manchester City doing it against Everton when they played. And this one actually ended up in a goal as well. So another great way of playing against zonal defense is to what in American football terms they call it splitting the seams. So it's just standing in between the zone. So if a defender has one zone and the second defender has another, stand in between, right in between the line between where their job priorities lie. So they have to decide and think. Liverpool have the pace to do a lot of damage against the offside trap from Everton. They just have slightly slow defenders, so when they're pushing up it's just a little lethargic. Alisson needs to keep it away from Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin, as they're very good at pressing goalkeepers, as seen a few times this season. Here Calvert-Lewin hunted down De Gea and scored a goal off of it by blocking down his goal kick. He's very fast at closing down goalkeepers. So Liverpool will be expecting Everton to get right in their face from the off. This high intensity play only lasted about 10 to 13 minutes when I watched Chelsea play Everton. And it's because of this that I think in the first 10 to 13 minutes Alisson should really stretch the field and play it high and wide to Salah and Mane on the other side on a counter-attack. Everton very rarely pass it backwards, so if they do, then it's definitely not part of the game plan, and Liverpool should press aggressively and force it back to their goalkeeper. After that initial first wave of energy from Everton, I've expected to die off, and as soon as they lose possession in Liverpool's half, straight back into their own half to regroup. Usually when opponents try to block passing lanes against Liverpool, I'm very confident in players like Wijnaldum, Keita, and all of these players to play through, but after COVID-19 I think they might be a bit rusty, so I think they should play over. Everton have had a lot of changes to their starting lineup over the course of the season, so it's important to challenge the cohesiveness with rotational movement up front and see how well aligned the defenders are. Firmino, Salah and Mane are so used to playing with each other that they should be well used to each other's movement and should be able to cause chaos for one of them to break free, receive a pass and get a shot away. If Liverpool are tired after rotational movement and can't achieve a 6-second rule in returning possession for a counter-attack, then they drop back to their own half, where they usually have a bank of 4 and then a bank of 5 and a 1. The 1 usually being Salah up top to use his pace, and the 5 in midfield, Firmino, sometimes drops in as well in centre midfield, while Mane takes up the left wing spot. Henderson or Wijnaldum could take up a wider spot also. And to give time for that block of 5 to get back, it's going to be very important for the defensive midfielders to cover the counters. One of Everton's main weaknesses is in defending set pieces. Yerry Mina was a presence, so it'll be more difficult with missing him through injury. When defending corner kicks, Everton favour a zonal marking style, but expect them to man-mark Van Dijk. Van Dijk scored in his debut against Everton from a corner. The good trick that Chelsea did to draw out the line was do a short pass, then pass it back to Willian and pass it in behind the defence to Giroud for a goal. Trent could easily replicate this cross. Everton are quite good at attacking from set pieces themselves. Deep free kicks, corner kicks and crossing free kicks are their main threats. Here's an example of Lucas Digne crossing the ball in, it being headed across the box, and then on the second ball, Calvert-Lewin hits it home. They also like to use the second ball technique on corner kicks. If they want to target direct, Richarlison versus Robbo on the near post might be a dangerous threat. Liverpool will be looking to use a counter-attack over the top from Alisson. Alisson's very good at claiming high balls and quickly counter-attacking. Liverpool will have to be alert to Pickford's quick short goal kicks. To avoid risks playing out, they sometimes play a high block, but Lucas Digne or another defender usually comes short to collect the pass. For throws, Everton like to throw it long, and then Calvert-Lewin or Richarlison will flick it on to the other striker. I suggest Fabinho or another centre midfielder stand on front of the defender, while a centre back stands behind. Liverpool look to squeeze the side when there's an opposition throw-in to deny space, but in this game it might be a good idea to drop back a little bit and encourage Everton to pass it out from the back. Hit like and subscribe for more Liverpool analysis. Find us on social media, and thank you very much for watching our very first episode. Special thanks to Jack Finnerty, who helped me along with the animation. Thank you very much, Jack. And your tarantulas.